Welcome back to the Futurology, your go-to spot for the latest and greatest in electric vehicles, EVs, the automotive industry, and everything related to shaping our sustainable future. Today, we're diving into a hotly debated topic: greenwashing gone wrong, the truth behind electric car marketing. The term greenwashing was coined by environmentalist Jay Westerveld in 1986 as a rebuke to companies that claimed to be environmentally friendly without offering any evidence to back up their claims. Greenwashing refers to an organization's marketing strategy to falsely present their products, activities, or policies as environmentally friendly. This deceptive practice is aimed at gaining a competitive advantage by capitalizing on the growing consumer interest in sustainable and eco-friendly products, even when the claims are not substantiated by their actual environmental impact, and we see how many electric vehicle (EV) manufacturers exaggerate and misrepresent the environmental benefits of their cars. Even with non-EVs, you would have noticed the Eco Drive mode, which is designed to improve fuel efficiency and reduce emissions. When activated, it adjusts various aspects of the car's performance, such as throttle response, shift points for automatic transmissions, and sometimes air conditioning usage to maximize energy conservation. This mode is particularly useful in city driving where frequent stopping and starting occur, helping drivers save on fuel and minimize their environmental footprint as claimed by these car makers. However, does Eco Mode really minimize environmental footprint? Car manufacturers have been accused of greenwashing their plug-in hybrid vehicles, promoting them as eco-friendly despite producing significant emissions. A study found that plug-in hybrid vehicles emit up to 2.5 times more CO2 than official tests suggest. Hybrid vehicles require fossil fuels, contributing to pollution cycles like petrol and diesel cars. The push for portraying hybrids as green alternatives seems motivated by the high demand for fully electric vehicles, aiming to appeal to consumers not ready to switch to electric fully. Chevron's People Do campaign from the late 90s is a famous example of greenwashing. This ad campaign tied Chevron's company to protecting wildlife and the water supply. However, while it was airing, the company was being sued for polluting Santa Monica Bay's water. In 2015, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, discovered German motor vehicle manufacturer Volkswagen cheated on federal emissions tests to make its vehicles seem less environmentally harmful than they were. Volkswagen had installed software into many of its diesel vehicles that could detect emissions testing scenarios, the EPA said. The software lowered engines' emissions during federal tests to bypass regulations. However, in normal driving scenarios, the engines emitted up to 40 times more nitrogen oxides than the EPA allowed. Volkswagen admitted to cheating on the tests, and the company's CEO resigned shortly after the scandal unraveled.
Scandal and the fallout over Volkswagen's cheating of emission standards grew today. Just last week, the EPA alleged there was deceitful software in 500,000 cars.
11 million cars were involved in the falsified emission reports, and the automaker faced multiple lawsuits in several countries. As of the 1st of June 2020, the scandal had cost them $33.3 billion in fines, penalties, financial settlements, and buyback costs. The CEO of Signal Climate Analytics recently identified the positive goals behind companies seeking to be green. He also tasked companies with understanding and measuring the actual climate impact from the use of their vehicles and products. In EV marketing, a critical aspect often highlighted is Scope 3 emissions, defined by the International Greenhouse Gas Protocol as emissions not directly controlled by the automaker, but related to product use post-sale. This metric, however, can be presented in a way that might not fully represent an automaker's environmental footprint. The comparison of Scope 3 emissions between two automakers of similar production volume revealed discrepancies, suggesting one might appear more eco-friendly. However, a more telling metric is the carbon intensity per kilometre, which often goes unreported and could reveal a different performance story. Calculating these figures isn't standardised, leading to potential marketing spin, which can easily be called greenwashing. EV makers sometimes use greenwashing tactics in their marketing to appeal to environmentally conscious consumers. These tactics include making vague or unsubstantiated claims about the environmental benefits of their vehicles, using nature imagery to imply eco-friendliness, or comparing their vehicles favourably to more polluting options without providing full context. To spot greenwashing, look for official environmental certifications, be wary of vague claims, and research the company's environmental practices. Tackling greenwashing globally requires consumer awareness, stricter advertising regulations, and company transparency about their environmental impact. Greenwashing is not always intentional. It can occur because of a lack of oversight, obscure supply chains, or simply a lack of knowledge and relevant supporting data to make sustainability claims. Organisational complexity, ineffective communication, and organisational inertia also play significant roles in accidental greenwashing. The many pressures and incentives from the market, government, regulations, investors, and consumers contribute to companies wanting to present themselves as green. Still, as we can see from the examples, there are serious consequences to greenwashing.